Disney fans loved Moana for its beautiful animation, toe-tapping songs, and heartfelt story. The film introduced a new and beloved Disney princess, who traversed the seas to restore peace and reestablish an era of prosperity for her people. Her determination and kind heart made Moana one of the most well-loved characters of her time. Fortunately, her story will continue on November 27, 2024, as Moana 2 hits theaters. Disney recently released a short teaser trailer providing the first look at Moana and the stunning animation. In today's video, we're considering what we can expect from the long-awaited sequel.
You know, it'd be rude to refuse a gift from a goddess.
Number 1. A New Voyage. Like in the first film, we can expect Moana to go on another life-changing voyage. Drawn to the ocean from a very young age, Moana always wanted to know what existed beyond her people's island. Her curiosity and determination take her on a journey well beyond the shores she grew up on, where she befriends the demigod Maui and restores the heart of Te Fiti. Along the way, they encountered many monsters and challenges. So by the time Moana finally returns home to her family, she's found her true calling while becoming a competent sailor and navigator. In the promotional art for the sequel, Moana is joined on her journey by Maui and 3 new faces, who likely live with her in her family's village. The 5 may form a complete crew for the journey ahead, providing Moana with more people to depend on and protect in times of trouble. According to the film's official synopsis, Moana will travel into the far seas after receiving a call from her ancestors. We know for certain that Moana and her crew will partake in a voyage, but we can make assumptions about the kinds of creatures they may face along the way. In the first film, Moana and Maui encounter many creatures, including the giant crab Tamatoa, who likes to hoard anything he deems beautiful and shiny. Now that they're journeying into the deeper seas that likely haven't had travelers since Moana's ancestors, they may encounter creatures more threatening and ancient than their adversaries from their first adventure.
Sorry, I thought you were a monster, but I found your hook. And you're right, this Tamatoa guy really likes his treasure.
Stay.
Number 2. Maui's past. It's not every day that someone gets to meet a demigod, but Maui becomes a steadfast friend to Moana throughout the first film. He gains many of his powers from his magical fish hook that he uses to protect mankind. However, during one of his travels, he unleashes terrible darkness on the world, nearly causing the islands of Polynesia to get destroyed by the corrupted Te Fiti Te Kā. Maui must fix his mistake, and he does so by joining forces with Moana, as the two grow to become close friends. Most of Maui's concerns throughout the film focus on fixing his past mistakes. However, he does take time to tell Moana about his past and relationship with the gods. He credited them with every feat he accomplished. His sentient tattoos cover his body, detailing his exploits and accomplishments. New tattoos will magically appear once he's completed another task, becoming a visual story of everything he's done. Maui uses these tattoos to tell Moana about moments from his past, but that's as deep as the stories go. We know that Maui was born to human parents, who abandoned him and left him for dead. He's saved by the gods who raised him and gave him powers. Maui admires the gods for everything they had done for him, as a child would admire their parents. In the sequel, the story could explore these relationships in more detail, introducing the god Maui was closest to.
I'm back. Mwah. It's Maui time!
Number 3. New Demigods. Throughout the original film, we get to know Maui as an arrogant demigod desperate for the approval of humans. Throughout his long life, he completed many feats that earned him acclaim, such as bringing islands to give them homes, extending the time of day, and bringing them fire to keep them warm on cold nights. However, as the intensity of his adventures grew, he had to work harder to maintain the approval of the humans around him. One can assume that Maui's feats would have required extra work if he needed to compete with other demigods, but they're never mentioned. However, for as long as humans have existed, it's unlikely the gods have found other humans to raise and give powers. Much of the first film focused on Moana's journey of self-discovery while helping Maui atone for his mistakes. Although they've traveled the ocean and faced many challenges, there was no sign of other demigods for Maui to reconnect with. However, now that Moana has established herself as a competent leader and navigator, there could be more room in the sequel to explore the gods or demigods near the islands of Polynesia or the further seas. Maui's abilities and choice of creatures for shapeshifting appear to be based on mystical entities from Polynesian lore, especially those who shapeshift. If the sequel introduced more demigods into the franchise, they could take inspiration from Polynesian lore and stories. Introducing demigods with abilities influencing the sky, the weather, or the earth, Maui may benefit from speaking to them, as they will understand his circumstances and struggles.
What I did was wrong. I have no excuse. I'm sorry.
Number 4, potential romances. While not everyone needs a romantic partner to complete their story, it's always a happy ending when someone supports you through thick and thin. In the original film, Moana leaves her people on the island of Motunui when the ocean chooses her to sail across the sea on a journey to save the world from life-threatening darkness. She goes on the adventure with the demigod Maui, and they're the primary characters throughout most of the film. On a small boat facing down monsters in the race to restore Te Fiti's heart, there's no potential for love to find Moana or Maui. However, the sequel will take place 3 years after the first. With a significant time skip, Moana's life may have changed significantly. For example, she could have restored the art of sailing and wayfinding to her people, created a new generation of sailors to explore the islands, and found new resources or more villages to interact with. She may prepare to take over as chief from her father as she learns to guide and lead her people through hardships and peaceful times. Moana can maintain her love for the ocean and sailing while establishing her life with her people, including dutiful friends, a loyal crew, and a potential love interest. There are few Disney princesses who complete their journey without a romantic partner at their side. Moana is one of them, accomplishing her goals due to loving her people rather than a single person. However, there's nothing wrong with finding love, and after several years of traversing the sea, Moana may be willing to start a new adventure with the right person.
Why are you acting weird?
I'm the village crazy lady. That's my job.
Number 5, Moana's ancestors. When Moana first begins, her island receives praise for giving its people what it needs. Moana's family is adamant about staying in Motunui, where they are safe and content. Although Moana has always had an affinity and deep love for the ocean, her father fears it after losing his best friend in a sailing accident. He forbids anyone from sailing too far from the shore. However, the law to never pass the island's barrier reef was established centuries before, after Te Fiti lost her heart, resulting in dangerous creatures lurking beneath the ocean's surface. Unfortunately, the island was established by a group of voyagers, and before the danger arrived, new generations would sail across the sea to find new homes and create more islands. Moana was always meant to sail. It was a significant part of her heritage, which may be why she was so drawn to the ocean. In the original film, Moana's grandmother leads her to a cavern where her ancestors had sealed away their boats after it became too dangerous to sail. Moana realizes her true legacy and uses one of the boats to restore Te Fiti's heart. Moana is connected with those who came before her, including someone who passed recently. In the first film, her grandmother claims she will come back as a stingray after her death. Her words come true after her passing, and when Moana is uncertain, her grandmother's spirit arrives to speak with her. The promotional art for Moana 2 includes a stingray, indicating that Moana will continue to depend on her grandmother's guidance. It also means that Moana's other ancestors could appear and have a significant role as they call Moana to travel far from home.
And the darkness has continued to spread, chasing away our fish.
Fans of the franchise have long awaited the sequel. Not many Disney films utilize a significant time skip to tell their story. Still, Moana will have 3 years to establish herself as a wayfinding captain, returning an ancient tradition to her people. Moana will return to the ocean where she, Maui, and a potential crew will go on a life-altering journey. She will likely learn more about herself, her ancestors, and the friends she'll make along the way. There's no doubt that the waves she travels will help carry her through a new chapter of her life, one we're all eager to witness in Moana 2.
I may have gone a little ways past the reef.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.